What's up, YouTube? Capital G here, looking at a new token support card coming out of Circuit Break. This is one-time passcode, and I actually think that this card is pretty neat. Let me just say that I thought it was kind of inevitable for Konami to release some token support in the Vrain's era because, you know, they did basically rule that tokens could be used for link monsters, and a lot of people were looking at cards like Gofu and Scapegoat and thinking these can be some serious playmaking cards. And, you know, obviously Konami has adjusted. They've started making link monsters that require non-tokens and whatnot, but I thought that eventually we would get some more token support cards. So I've looked at this guy. I think that it's actually pretty neat, and I love the artwork of this card. It's kind of like Konami is self-aware that every single token card is going to be inevitably compared to like Scapegoat, because Scapegoat is like the king of the token cards, and you know, every token card eventually like gets compared to Scapegoat. We're all like, nah, this isn't as good as Scapegoat and stuff like that. So I like the fact that they're kind of having fun with that, because the comparisons are just going to happen. But anyways, this is one-time passcode. It's a normal spell. It says special summon one security token. It's a Cyber's Light level 4, 2000 attack, 2000 defense monster in defense position. You can only activate one-time passcode per turn. So one-time passcode is a hard once per turn. You only get one token, and that token comes out in defense mode. Those are definitely some legitimate and harsh restrictions that will probably turn people off to this card, but when you compare it to other token support, I think that it can stand on its own 2 feet because of the freedom that the card allows you. There are basically no restrictions as to what you can do for the rest of the turn, and there are no restrictions as to what you can actually do with this token. So if you want to use it for a tribute summon and in a deck like Monarchs, maybe you tribute it with Domain, you end up summoning like one of your Mega Monarchs. That's a legitimate play. You won't have to worry about using something like Mithra, giving your opponent a token. Maybe they turn that into a link monster. If they can get rid of your Domain, you can use this for synchro summoning. You can use this token for link summoning, which I believe that this plus a Gofu equals like an instant Firewall Dragon, which is very strong, especially considering that Firewall Dragon won't even eat up your normal summon. That's definitely kind of powerful, because I hear Firewall Dragon's a pretty good card, and this card can actually attack, or excuse me, the token that you get can actually attack. Yes, it does come out in defense mode, but it does have a 2000 booty, so maybe it survives a turn. You end up putting it in attack mode, and there are a lot of other cards that give you more tokens, like Scapegoat and Photon Sanctuary and the Fires of Doomsday. The problem is a lot of times with those tokens, like, you know, either they can attack, or their stats are just garbage, or you can't normal summon that turn. With like the Photon Sanctuary, you can only summon light monsters that turn. It's like, who the fuck wants to jump through all of those hoops when you can just activate a card, get a token, and use it instantly? Now, I will say, my biggest gripe with one-time passcode, and I don't know why Konami didn't do this, the fact that it is not a quick play really irks me. I mean, clearly they're aware of Scapegoat, as I said earlier. I mean, it's on the art of the card. So if they would have made this card a quick play, it would have been so godly in a deck like Phantasms, where I think that it could have some mild synergy, because if you activate one-time passcode and you have Pacifist on the field, you do go +1. Not only do you get your token, but you also get the search for one of your Phantasm Spiral cards, which is pretty good, because then you can just activate. If you get one of the traps, you can activate it from the hand. So there is some legitimate synergy with Phantasms, but the problem is with Phantasms, you probably want to do it on your opponent's turn. That way you could actually +1 off of the trap or the equip card that you search, and then during your turn you could put it into attack mode and attack them. You can still do that play, it's just, you know, you won't be able to attack that turn, which is kind of like the point of Phantasm. So I think that this card has some potential. Like, it's not nearly as bad as what people are probably going to think. I think that it's in line with a lot of the other good token support cards. It just, damn man, I really wish that this would have been a quick play, because the potential of actually getting a lot of damage out of that token from just attacking, which in a deck like Phantasms is actually very relevant, when you can make your tokens like 2500 attack, and then those tokens summon out the, you know, Phantasm Dragons, and those are like 29. So you guys let me know what you think. I think that you could play this in Phantasms. I think you could play it in Monarchs. I think if you're just playing a deck that likes the link summon a lot, you throw this in there with some Gofus, and you know, that's obviously some playmaking cards. Or you throw it in there with Brilliant Fusion, where you can get Trick Clown and Seraphonite, and that's a lot of playmaking ability too. So I would probably see it as maybe like a 1 or 2. I don't think any deck would probably run like 3 of this, unless it was some type of like hyper synchro type of deck. Anyways, let me know what you guys think of one-time passcode, and leave it in the comment section below. Thank you guys for watching as always, and subscribe if you have not already.